Hi everyone. Welcome to your monthly messages from your angels and your higher self by star sign with me, Julie Poole. And check out your weeklies too. The link is in the description below, along with the link to all the very beautiful cards that I use. And if this is your first time here, be sure to subscribe and click that little bell so that you don't miss a thing. Now let's dive right in. Hi Scorpio, how are you doing as we go into March? Well, there's some very strange energies around. All the signs are having it, so don't feel singled out, okay? We're in March, and March is a time of shifting energy. So let's just talk about that for a moment, all right? We are moving into the spring equinox in the northern hemisphere and the autumn equinox in the southern hemisphere. So when we've got clocks changing, going back or forward, we've got a whole new season coming in. So this always creates a bit of a shifting energy. It's kind of anything you haven't finished off needs to be finished off before we jump into spring now, or whether we jumping into autumn for you guys in the south. So we're also in retrograde season. Now this does make a big difference. The planets influence us, and as they're moving towards the earth, they are bringing in that energy, and that energy lifts us and empowers us and helps us. And as the energies of the planets are moving away from us, because if you imagine they're in this orbit, as they move towards, it's classed as they're going direct. When they're moving away in the orbit, they're going retrograde. They're not going backwards, but they're going away from the earth, and they're taking that energy with them, which leaves us a little bit like, oh, on our own, we've got to get on with it. So March is an energy for all of us, a month of some shifts, some finishing off, some tying up loose ends, some anything that's not quite finished needs to be finished, because April is a whole new energy, a whole new season. So it's a bit of a shift for a lot of us. Okay, so the Tower is what we're starting the month with. Now, this is a card of sweeping change, chaos, things suddenly being thrown up in the air, things that you thought were stable suddenly going katonk, and thinking, how did that happen? That was all right last week. It just suddenly comes in, whether it's at work or in your relationships or your home, wherever this fits for you, because this is a general read. And because of these energies being so kind of bit chaotic, it's worth you checking out your other signs for your moon and your rising, in the other monthly reads. Have a look at those as well. And when you see the three together, it'll give you a better picture, okay? Because many of you are starting the month with this Tower. Things just seem to be going crazy, but there is a purpose in this. There is a reason behind it, and it's to bring up and out and clear away that which doesn't serve you. But while that's going on, we've got the Chariot reversed. Now, the Chariot is a card about full steam ahead, moving forward, all flowing. And of course, while we're in that chaos, it can't flow. We've got to deal with the chaos first, and then it will flow. So this is a card of kind of just focus on the Tower, focus on what needs to be changing, and be aware that until that's resolved, until that's kind of come through its conclusion, then the Chariot's wheels can start turning and moving you forward. Then that is going to ask you to really look at where you need to hold your ground and where you need to let go, because the Seven of Wands, this is a card of defending your position, all right, being very protective of yourself, and you need to do that when we're going through the Tower, okay, because otherwise it can sweep you along with it and you'll feel like you're on a bit of a tsunami. What we want to do is hold your position, hold firm, and kind of go, okay, this chaos is going on around me, a little bit like a storm, and you be in the eye of the storm where it's calm. So you're holding your ground while the storm is raging around you, being aware of it, but without being swept up in it. So yeah, there's some strange stuff going on, as I say. But as you are doing that, you're coming into this Three of Cups. Now this is a card of celebration. This is a card of feeling light and bright and spending time with friends and having some fun. So it's kind of coming on the back of that Tower, that as that chaos sort of leaves, you kind of feel, oh, thank goodness for that. Right, I feel fun now. I feel light. I feel bright. And yeah, it's kind of short, fast, done, buff, behind you now, let's move forward. So it's a bit crazy that first week or two. Then we're moving into a much more stable energy. We've got the Justice card, but we've got the King of Cups reversed. Okay, let's talk about these two for a moment. So the King of Cups reversed, and I think at least 3 other signs had him as well, also reversed. And yet I shuffle these cards to within an inch of their life. So, okay, the king. The king is very traditional. He can be quite controlling. He can be quite cold when he needs to be. He's very authoritarian sometimes. He's ruled by Saturn. If you look at that planet behind him there, he's ruled by Saturn, which is very traditional. It's about stability. It's about security. Now, he's upside down, I feel, for many of you, is because we want to get away from that. We are feeling that I need to trust my gut more than I need to make sure I'm secure. It's to feel secure anyway, even though there's change around us. So him being upside down would tie in with that Tower card. Where's he gone? There he is. Okay. So the King, of course, is about stability. The Tower is the opposite. It's saying it's all in the air at the moment, when we'll see where everything lands once it comes back down into a calmness. And when it does, we're coming into this Justice energy. And we love justice, okay? We all love for things to be fair and just and right and as they should be. So it's saying, look, for all of that chaos, it's going to settle. And I feel this is going to start to settle down around the 3rd week, okay? So sort of between the 2nd and the 3rd week, as we're moving into the 2nd half of March, things are settling down and it's coming back into that justice of being fair, all right? So that Tower, for many of you, is bringing up to the surface what isn't just, what isn't fair, so that it can be dealt with. Then we can come into this fairness. And so it's beginning to make sense as we put the cards together and go through the months. And by the end of the month, we've got the Temperance card, another major arcana. You've got quite a few of these this month for you. So the Temperance is about balance, and it's also about patience, that we need to look at our life and make sure it's balanced, and it's not like the seesaw going up and down, up and down, up and down. We don't want that. We want it to be balanced, and we want it to be stable after the chaos of that Tower. We also need to be patient, because it doesn't all happen like that. The Tower tends to come in very sweeping, fast energy, but then we need to give it a bit of time to stabilize and calm down, because behind that we've got the Ace of Wands, and the Ace of Wands is reversed. Now, Ace of Wands is about new beginnings, fresh, new starts. It's not quite time yet. We need to be a little bit patient. We've got to get things back into balance before that new start can come in, before the new energy, the new vitality can come in. That's going to start coming in for you guys in April, all right? So we are using March to have a good clear out, a spring clean of ourselves, our relationships, things that aren't working, things that are putting us out of balance. So by the end of March, we're getting back into balance. We're starting to feel grounded again. Now, as we move into April, we'll start seeing new beginnings. So know that they are there. They're on the horizon. Those new beginnings will be coming in soon. Now, let's see what your angels want to add, because this is quite a lot of chaotic energy for many of you. So your Adoring Virtue cards, we're starting with Merlina. Now, Merlina is a card of confusion and chaos, as we would expect when we've seen those other cards. You're confused and indecisive because you don't have enough information. Do a bit of research. So this is confirming what we've just said. It's about looking within, looking around you. Where is the chaos? What needs to go? That is to do with injustice and unfairness that needs to come away. So we're going to need to look at that. Now, the crystal card with that is saying, even in that chaos, don't give up. Don't give up, because there's something new and bright on the horizon that you can't yet see. And the tarot cards were saying, look, by the end of the month, we've got that ace beginning to come in, the new beginnings coming in. Not quite yet, though. So we don't know in March why there is that chaos or where it's leading, but we're going to trust that it's going to be okay and that everything happens for a reason. Now, your oracle of the angel cards are supporting this as well. We've got the letting go card. So this is saying that, look, there's the cards, the justice and the tower and stuff. What part of your life isn't just, isn't fair, isn't reasonable, and what needs to go? And we're going to go with the flow of letting go. As we let go, whether it be that job or that relationship that doesn't work, or we're making changes, not necessarily letting it go, but we're sorting out the injustice, making changes, bringing it back to balance. We are letting go, okay? And we need to let go of that injustice. And you have the strength to do it. All right, when we look at our life and see that's not fair and that's not working right, we often feel a little bit disempowered to make those changes. But this card is saying, look, guys, you've got the strength to do this. So believe in yourself, believe in your right to justice and fairness, and be prepared to let go of whatever is in the way, whatever is stopping that. Let it go. So it may mean you're letting go of a relationship with a friend, or distancing yourself from a relative even. It's saying, no, I need to move away from that injustice. It's not doing me any good. And I want to move into spring and into April free from that injustice. All right, so let me know how this plays out for you and how this relates to you in your life, because it's going to mean different things for different people. Comment below, let me know, and I'll see you in April for next month's readings. Take care. Bye.